What if that accidentally hits the dome, Daddy?
Huh?
What if that accidentally hits the dome?
I can hit it.
What if it does?
That's alright.
It won't pop.
Okay, y'all ready?
Bye-bye, spaceman.
Alright, we're getting ready to go. Let it go.
Bye!
We were having a discussion about flat Earth, and Phil happens to be a pilot. And I happen to have a laundry list of questions that I've always wanted to ask a pilot. And I haven't been flying in a long time, but I happen to take advantage of the fact that we were down on the ground together, and I stopped him, and he was very generous enough to give me his time and his insights on a few things that maybe we take for granted when it comes to the shape of the Earth. So I'm going to re-ask those questions to Phil now, and we're going to reiterate a couple of things that maybe are overlooked. Phil, this is Phil.
Hi everyone, I'm Captain Phil Marshall from Papua New Guinea. I have been flying since 1985, so this year would be 36 years. Commercially, around about 32 years. So I first went to Papua New Guinea in search of aviation work, and then stayed for a year or two, and 35 years later, we're still there.
Is it fair to say that you, as a pilot, for many years, have been flying over a flat plane or a curved Earth?
Well, when you take off, it's flat, and all the way there, it's flat. And by the time you get there, you land on a flat surface. So it's not at all obvious there's any curve. So what it is, we're not sure, but it's definitely not falling off the curve of the Earth. Ever.
So on our descent, if our speed across the ground is around 120 for 9 minutes, how far will we travel? So we go to our formula. It says set the little pointer on our speed, which is 120. So go find 9 minutes and then look above that to read the distance. So it says 18 miles. So we should be about 18 miles away when we begin our descent.
So when it comes to the flight of descent, do you have to compensate for curvature?
No.
You don't?
Nope.
Okay. If you're landing east, and then if you're landing west,
Right.
would you have to like slow down or speed up due to Earth's motion?
No.
No?
Nope.
So
Earth's
we don't,
motion has nothing to do with it.
so we don't compensate for the curvature whenever we're landing.
We don't do anything
and
with
then we
curvature.
don't do anything when it comes to the motion of Earth.
Curvature is
So Earth has to be a level stationary plane, right?
fairly... Tell us, what are some of the highest altitudes that these Airbuses that you fly go at?
We're at 45,000 above most of the weather, above most of everything. And being above most of the weather at that point, you can still see the tops of the weather off into the distance in every direction.
Wow.
So it's not like it's disappearing behind the clouds in front of you. If there's an inversion layer and a level where it settles off at, it's usually uniform into the distance as far as the eye can see.
What do you have to say to those people that think that, you know, if an airplane is flying straight, that eventually they would have to fly straight off the globe into space? Like, that just doesn't happen ever, does it?
No, I think depending on the performance of the airplane, limited by atmospheric would only take you to a certain point anyway. But yeah, it's interesting concept.
Yeah. What are some of the instruments that are used in the cockpit itself to determine flight level, altitudes, attitudes, all that sort of stuff, gyroscopes.
And you would have what's called an artificial horizon and an altimeter. And in the level cruise flight, the aeroplane will sit slightly nose up on the horizon the entire trip, with the altimeter maintaining its same altitude the entire trip. So there was no pushing forward or flying over the curve of anything. You were actually maintaining a slightly nose up attitude the entire way at a certain altitude until you decide you're going down the other end. And then you commence your descent in accordance with the profile as if it were flat.
The big one, the biggest conspiracy theory that freaks everybody out is flat Earth. Now, I don't know what the Earth is, but experientially, through the testimony of the eyes, it is flat. And there is very little chance that I will ever in my life, or most of us will ever in our life, experience anything other than what is effectively a flat Earth.
And then also here it appears as if it were, I don't know what we call this, an annex, an addition, and something that is sewn.
Yes, exactly, a little patch that reminds me of a very special person.
Explain yourself. If the Earth from above looks
flat and stationary, it looks.
Flat?
Yes.
The curvature is seen when the camera is a fisheye lens, like the one used by the guy who jumped from Red Bull. Yes. There you do see the curvature, but if the camera is a normal one, everything looks straight.
That is to say, you are in the heights or beyond the heights, but with your feet firmly on the ground, on the earth, why the earth is flat.
And stationary, how nice.
And the way laser sighting across large bodies of water, or navigation maps for air travel, for pilots, is always a presumption of a flat Earth. It's always in the pilot manuals and on maps.
How so?
Well, if you're flying a jet at low altitude, you're not making corrections for curvature, even though you're going fast enough where you should be. And so, what's actually happening there? Well, and so the idea is, look, I don't know what the world is or what the realm that we're in is, but experientially, from my perspective in life, it is nothing but it's a flat Earth.
Cheers, buddy. What shape do you think the Earth is? What shape is the Earth?
I cannot tell you. Not.
What about like the spin of the Earth itself? Are airplanes actually accounting for Coriolis effect? Do they have to, when they're coming in for a landing, is that even taken into an account?
That's not something that is really discussed at all. It's mentioned in texts and what have you in early training, but so far as normal day-to-day operation, that's the least thing on your mind. You're only considering wind conditions and what have you for a safe landing.
All you're looking down at is a patchwork of flat land that just extends in all directions.
Depends what you're flying over. In the country I fly, there's many mountains and it's a lot of terrain. But when you put yourself in a oceanic situation across water and what have you, it's once again appears to be quite reasonably flat. I couldn't say either way. But we're not flying over a curve or pushing forward to get over the curve at any time.
What you're saying is that airline pilots don't account for the curvature of the Earth in any way whatsoever.
From a flying point of view and operating the aircraft, you're operating it in terms of a situation where it's flat. You're taking off, flying level and cruising for a period of time and then descending. So far as any mathematical calculation, nothing comes into it. There's maps and cartography and the shape of the Earth and all the things I'll tell you about the curve and why when we come to America you've got to fly over Japan, which is odd. But if you lie the map out flat, it has you flying over Japan from Hong Kong.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
But what about travel routes? Like, what about when they fly over Antarctica? What if they?
They don't fly over.
But you can
Antarctica.
watch.
They don't even fly from Cape down to Buenos Aires.
There's an understanding of the precession of the equinoxes.
They travel up into the other hemisphere and like land in London or something, and then travel back down whenever you're doing a flight across the Atlantic. And so, like when you look at it on a flat Earth map.
Phil, when you're up there, what is it that people get mistaken for when they think that they're seeing curvature of the Earth?
That's your total guess, but one of the most common things is, depending on the aircraft design, a windshield and certain window designs are actually curved to start with. So by looking through that, it distorts your actual perception of it. So depending on which window you're looking through, you may end up seeing a curve that's a curve of the actual windscreen itself. Total guess.
That seems to line up with a lot of what NASA seems to put out, and maybe you're familiar with a lot of their documents. They have written several times within archives and archives of documents that everything is based off of a flat, non-rotating surface. That all of their rocket launches and space shuttle missions all start from a default non-rotating flat surface. Does that kind of jives with airline pilots?
I guess it would. I'm not totally familiar with their writings or text, but the basic planning and flight planning takes into account you're taking off on a flat surface, or depending which airstrip you're on, some in the mountains, but generally for airliners. Fly to a target altitude, maintain that for a period, and there's commenced a descent in accordance with the constant angles to the touchdown point. No consideration of curve at all.
God's sake, why is it the UN who all their logos are the same? Do you see that? Isn't it amazing that that map you are seeing there is actually the map of a flat Earth? Over 90% of the internet you receive is through cables under the sea. Let me show you something. Do you see what you're seeing there? Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Now do you see the reason why South America and the tip of Africa cannot have cables under? No, they didn't get it. Go to the, you know where there is South America there? Do you see South America on there?
Yes,
go to the bottom of South America and go to the bottom of Africa. We don't have cables running there. It's too far because it's not a globe.
Oh, yes. Oh, come on.
You see where I'm pointing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So from here, there is no cable going here. It's too far. That's why they join only cables here. Okay, let's go to the world map. They show it as if, see, there is nothing coming here today.
Yep.
It becomes too far.
Oh.
This thing is flat.
Are pilots under some kind of non-disclosure agreement to protect this sort of knowledge, this information? Are you told not to say anything about this? Or is it a choice?
Depending on the company you work for, aspects of the operation of the company are confidential, so we're bound by that. But so far as the flying point of view, it'll be personal opinion, I guess. There's nothing that says you can or cannot have an opinion on what you think it is. So, in my opinion, it's not what we're told. It's different from what we're told it is. Globe in every classroom that was put in 100-something years back, that began this whole exercise about a globe versus flat. But once again, with unrolling the map and showing all the flight paths indirect from one to the other, it makes way more sense than trying to imagine it around a curve.
And it's not like you're going to lose your job talking about this to people that are interested, like coming up to the cockpit and asking the pilot a question or anything like that, right?
Personal opinion only, but the company does not, nor does the industry. There may be some that would feel a little bit concerned to talk about this subject, be ridiculed or what have you. But from a general point of view, I don't really care what other people think. That's not my business.
Any last words to people that still think they see curvature from 45,000 feet?
Keep looking, because not only with the flat Earth concept versus the globe concept, everything is not what we're being told. So keep looking.